going to see what is problem and how to solve a problem. Here we are talking about problem in terms of programming. Each task is considered as a problem, and there are multiple approach to solve that problem or to find out the result of given problem. And we are going to see a few examples of what is problem and how many different methods are there for solving that problem. Now we are going to discuss a small example wherein we are going to find multiplication of two numbers. Now, for example, I want to solve a problem that is number 1 multiplied by number 2. So let's take first number 1 and number 2. That is, for example, number 1 is 5 and number 2 is 4. And I want multiplication. That is number 1 into number multiplied by number 2. That is 5 into 4. Okay, and the result is, so when we multiply this 5 by 4 and we are getting result 20. This is approach number 1. Okay. Now in second approach, I am going to take number 5 4 times. And then I am making 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. And the result is 20. Okay. So this is one approach number 1 where we have multiplied 5 by 4 and we get result 20. This is second one. Instead of multiplying two numbers, we are taking this number 1 as many times as number 2. So number 2 is 4, so we are taking number 5 4 times. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, and we are getting result 20. Okay. There is another approach, that is 4 4 4 4 and 4. That is 4 plus 4 plus 4. And again we are getting result 20. Okay. So for a given task there can be multiple approach, and it is programmer or software engineers duty to select the most suitable or the most efficient way to solve that given problem. Okay. So as we know that this is the best approach, because it is going to solve this problem faster than these two methods. Okay. So in the field of computers, solution of a given problem is a sequence of instruction given to a computer. So for example, if we are going to create a program for this, then we are going to give instruction to computer, that is number 1, then number 2, then the operation that has to be performed, and where to show the output. Okay, so all these are part of instruction that we give to computer, and computer is solving this type of problem for us. And here we should remember that computer does not solve a problem. Okay, but it is assisting us in solving the problem, because it is the programmer's job to give instruction to computer, and computer is executing these instructions. Okay, so there are multiple steps for problem solving. That is, the first one is define a problem. That is, what is the problem? Okay, second one is identify the input, output, and constraint of the problem. Define the problem means what has to be done. Okay, for example, in example that we have seen 5 into 4, So that was the task was multiplication of two numbers. So that is define the problem, what we want computer to do. Then identify the input, output, and constraint of the problem. That means number of input and number of output that we require in that problem. Okay. So in previous example 5 into 4, there were two input and one output. And then identify different alternatives of solving the problem. So in previous example we have find out three approach. Now which is the best one that we are supposed to select from in this step? That is, first of all, three approaches we have found out. Now in next step we are going to find out the best approach. Okay. And according to that we are supposed to code. So out of three in last example we have selected that the first one is best because uh, number of steps to solve that problem were less than the other approaches. So we have selected approach number one here. Okay. So same way, while before creating the program uh, and identify multiple alternatives, we are supposed to choose the best one. Now remember here one thing, whether you are creating a program in any language like C, C++, Java, or any other programming language, or Python, whatever, these steps has to be carried out each time. Okay, for each program or software. This is one kind of blueprint for a software or program. So the next step is prepare detailed stepwise instruction set of the identified alternative. So after selecting the best possible alternative, we are supposed to create detailed stepwise instruction set of that alternative only that we have selected. Then the next one, compute result using this instruction set. Now it's time to get the output. That is computation part. So we are supposed to check after preparing this program whether it is giving correct output or not. So for that, this is checking process, compute result using the instruction set. Then seventh is whatever answer we have got in this program, we have to check correctness of the answer. So this is one very simple small example. Actual program or software is not this much simple. Okay, there are hundreds of pages of coding, and it is prepared for a complex task when we are creating uh, any program or software for professional purpose. Okay, to use it in real life. At that time there are hundreds of pages of coding. Okay, so this process is compulsory before delivering the product to the customer. So this is checking correctness of the answer obtained, whether it is generating correct output or not. Now let's see one example of what is instruction set. Okay. For example, let's check whether a given number is even or odd. Okay. So we are going to write instruction set. This is not a program still. Okay. This is only instruction set in our natural language, that is English. So these are the steps that we are going to follow before creating the program. And this instruction has to be converted into any programming language, that is C, C++, Java, or any other programming language that the programmer is going to use. So this is the first step. Set two numbers. Set the number that you are going to check whether it is odd or even number. Second step, after taking the number, we are going to divide it by 2. And when we divide any number by 2, possible remainder are two choice only, 0 or 1. Okay, when we divide any number, we get remainder as 0 or 1. So we know that if the remainder is 0, then the number is even. And if it is 1, then number is odd. So the next step is, this is the first step. So this is instruction set of this problem. This is problem. This is instruction set, and this has to be converted into a program. And the generalized solution to the problem is obtained using three different techniques. Okay, and these three techniques are: number one, pseudocode; second, flow chart; and third is algorithm. These are three techniques that can be used, and the three step even for finding whether a number is even or odd is known as pseudocode. This one, okay. Then what this word means? Pseudo is means a fake or simulated. Okay, we should consider the second meaning as it is more appropriate in our context. Okay, so this is simulated. And now the next is flowchart. Okay, flowchart is another technique, that is technique number two is flowchart here. In this technique, we are defining these steps in different shapes, geometrical shapes. Okay, and each shape is used for a particular purpose, that is flowchart. So the flowchart symbols are: there is terminal symbol. Okay, terminal, that means an oval symbol. Oval symbol is used for start of end. Okay, now let's create this flowchart. Here you can see that flowchart option is there. Okay, so these are symbols that we can use. Okay, this is an oval, and an oval is used to start or end. This is start, there is end section. So in between this, we are defining steps for that um, problem. Okay, solving that problem. So the next step is to provide a number. Okay, here you can see that accept the number, that is provide a number. Then computer is going to ask for input, that is a number. Okay, the number that we are going to check for whether it is even or odd. So this is parallelogram. We are going to take this. Okay, now practically you are not supposed to do this, for just for understanding purpose I am creating this flowchart. Okay, in practical there is nothing like this. This is paperwork before creating a program. So this is the next step. And after starting, this is the first step, that is we are supposed to provide input to the computer. So between these two there is connector, and the connector is an arrow symbol. Okay, and we are supposed to connect these two. Okay, like this is connector. Same way, this is again we have to connect this with this. But before that there are other steps, that is the process. Okay, process is what? After providing number, process we are going to do, that is divide that number by 2. So the process is in rectangle shape. We define that process in rectangle shape. So now I'm inserting a rectangle before the between these two. This is rectangle. Now I have created this, and here the process, that is number divided by 2, and then there are two outcomes. Okay, one is when remainder is 1, and one is when it is 0. Okay, so that again now we are going to give like, so here for example. Okay, and if the remainder is number is 4, if the remainder is 1, and same way there is another branch of this logic or code, that is if it is 0, it is even. And this connector are there. From here to here, this arrow is there, and after that, the end of this problem. Okay, and here also we are supposed to create one arrow like this, and from here to here. So it will go either this way or this way, and after that our problem is solved. That means we are terminating this logic from this oval symbol, that is for end process. Okay,